Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Juliet, your favorite girl from English prep class. And all I basically do here is teach you tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can ace your Pearson test of English exam for your migration or study purpose in Australia and some other parts of the world. Now, in today's video, I'll basically be talking about the PTE Write essay. I already promised last week I was going to do a video on it. And you know what? I'm going to be sharing slides today. So stay tuned until the end of this video so you know what to do and how to pass your Pearson test of English writing, especially the Write essay. So the Pearson test of English Write essay is the second task in the PTE Writing. If you recall in the other video I did, which I'll be linking up here, now the PTE Writing has just two tasks, the summarized written test and the Write essay. The Write essay is the second task, and you're given one or two of this task on exam day. And the thing is, mostly they give you just one essay to write. It's on rare occasions that they give two essays. Now, these essays will go from or range from either argumentative essay, opinion essay, all those kind of essays that we'll see in a normal day on other essay writing platforms. Now, it depends on you to sit down and think through or think fast on how you want to write the essay, or you can decide to use a template if you don't want to stress yourself trying to think through or plan an essay. And in this video, I'm going to be covering all that, how you can plan and write an essay in 20 minutes, or how you can use a template to pass your essay. I just want to be talking about more stuff about the PTE writing. The PTE writing will depend on the PTE reading and the PTE listening to get its complete score. Now, for me, the PTE writing is the least module or module that contributes the lowest score to the entire PTE exam. So tasks like the reading and writing fill in the blanks from the PTE reading would add a lot of scores to your PTE writing. And the PTE writing actually needs this score because if you add the 7 marks from the first task in the PTE writing, which are the summarized written test, would give you 7 marks. Let's say you have 2 of them, that is 14. And you have one Write essay, which is 15. That's about 29. So if you subtract, if you want to get 50, if you're looking for 50 across all modules and you get 29 over 50, I mean, it won't even get you any mark for your migration or for your study purpose. So you need to get scores across the other modules. And one of those tasks could be the reading and writing fill in the blank, which will add over 20 marks to your writing module. It's a reading task. That's why the name is reading and writing. So it's also going to be contributing scores to your writing. Then we also have modules like the PTE listening, and we have tasks like the summarized spoken test, which is the first task in your PTE listening that will be contributing scores to your PTE writing. So you see, writing would really need to borrow a lot of scores to boost its scores for anyone that wants plus 50, plus 65, or plus 79. So I'm taking my time to explain this thing so that you don't spend all your time trying to memorize the templates for the PTE essay or even try to cram the essay. It's best you learn how to write the essay yourself so you can get out that 15 marks, and then you put in more effort in this task like this reading and writing fill in the blank, which is actually giving you way higher score than the essay is giving to you to improve your writing score. The summarized spoken test will also give you scores about 10 marks or so from the listening module to the writing module. They'll have other tasks like the write from dictation, which is the last task in your PTE listening. I have a video on that. I'm going to also add it up to the description. You can go watch that video where I use the Pearson mock test to show you how much score this write from dictation can actually boost your writing score. It gives you over 30 marks, or I think over 40 marks, contributes over that lot of marks to your PTE writing. So you see, PTE writing cannot do without the PTE reading and the PTE listening. This is one of the reasons why I like the Pearson test of English amongst other English tests, because most of the tasks would have a way of contributing scores to other tasks. So somehow you really do well. If you don't do well in this task, it has a way of boosting. You can get scores from other tasks to boost your score in the other tasks. I hope this makes sense to you. So this is why I'm going to be taking my time to explain how to write the essay so that somebody can just learn how to write it, get out your scores, especially you can see how I'm going to explain the score criteria in my next slide. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be sharing my slides like I already mentioned. I'm sorry, Benny, if because I know you're going to see this video. I know you said whenever you see me sharing slides that you get you feel too seriously, like I'm too serious. Yeah, it's a serious matter. I mean, people don't know how to go about their right essay. That's why I'm doing this video. Okay, so let's go straight to the points today. I'm going to do a lot of explanation so that people will understand. Now, like, I'm just going to do a little recap. This is the second task in the PTE writing, and it gives you 15 marks for every of the essay you write, usually one or two, but I know most frequently they give one. Yeah, so it's just know that it's 15 marks. Then you're given 20 minutes to attempt this essay. Now, once that 20 minutes exceeds, or once you finish that 20 minutes, the computer takes you straight to your reading module. Now, this is your marking criteria, how you're scored for the essay writing. Now, you have 3 marks for content. Please, if you hear any noise at the background, I'm sorry. It's someone mowing their lawn. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you score 3 marks for content, that content here is the topic of the essay or whatever topic they've given to you to write, how well you're able to explain it, how well you're able to understand it and write on it. That's your content. So you get 3 marks for it. Then you score 2 marks for form. Now, form is your ability to stick to the word count. Now, for PTE essay, they say you should write between 200 to 300 word count. That means if you write less than 200, you lose some marks. You're not going to get some marks. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't add that criteria I didn't get that right off from the official score guide, but it's there. Now, if you write over 300, you're also going to lose some marks. Okay, so you're going to stick between 200 to 300 for you to get this 2 marks for form. Then grammar, the structure you're using, the essay you're using, is it grammatically correct? Are you using have? You're supposed to use has. Are you using singular? We're supposed to be using plural. What kind of words are you using? I mean, grammar, your grammar has to be correct. Then we'll also talk about spelling. Are your words spelled correctly? Have you put E where you're supposed to put I? Or have you put I where you're supposed to put E? You know, spelling, you have to check all those things before you finally hit the submit button. So if your spellings are correct, you get 2 marks for spelling. Then vocabulary, they need you to express a little bit more than just a normal English speaker. Like you have to be above a basic English speaker for them to give you 2 marks for your vocabulary. You can't be mixing up vocabulary. For instance, if they ask you, if they're talking about global warming, you can't be using terms they use in farming for global warming. You're going to be losing scores if you do that. Then there also be scored for general linguistic range. General linguistic range. How do I explain that now? How your essay writing is, how it's flowing from one point to the other, if it's making sense, Then you're also going to be scored, that you get 2 marks there. If you're going to be scored for development, structure, and coherence, even written discourse, PTE essay is the only task that has that written discourse as a marking criteria. Written discourse is how well you have understood the topic of discussion and how well you can move from the introduction to the body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then to the conclusion, if your essay is adding up and making sense. Yeah, so this is your marking criteria. You should be able to understand it. So when you write an essay and you don't get 15 marks in the essay, maybe you remember, and then you recall where you have made a mistake. Okay, so these are the types of essay in the PTE. We have the opinion essay, where they say, what is your opinion? Maybe they could ask a question like, do you think getting married after university or getting a job is better? Tell us your opinion. I mean, those are the kind of essays you see in the PTE. You also see something like the argumentative essay, where they ask you questions like, maybe robots will take over jobs, or humans will no longer do the jobs. And they will ask you, to what extent do you agree? Those are argumentative essay, and those are the popular kinds of essay you basically see in the PTE. I think in most essays, most exams, these are the kind of essays you see. They're called argumentative essay where you need to argue for one side or try to argue for both sides and then still give your opinion. They'll have the discussion essay, where they say things like, do you think Australia will open their border? Discuss, those are the kind of questions you see. Those ones will fall under discussion essay. They will have the problem solution essay, where they might say, maybe in 2022, the coronavirus will shut down the world. What do you think would be a problem? Give a problem, as in profile a solution. Those are the kind of questions that fall under problem solution essay, or those are the kind of examples you see in problem solution essay. They will have cause and effect. I mean, but of all these 5 kinds of essays, or even more, the most regular or the most frequent kind of essay you'll see in the PTE is the argumentative essay, where you're asked to argue for something, or maybe argue for one side. They give you 2 sides, things like maybe balanced diet and exercise. Which one do you think is better to keep fit? I mean, you could either do for balanced diet or you could do for exercise. But one thing about the PTE essay, or any essay, even in the IELTS or in other English exam, it's not, they're not looking at, they're not going to like give a final conclusion to say, no, everybody that said exercise is good will fail. Anybody that says balanced diet is good will fail. What they're looking at will be basically the reasons, your supporting reasons why you think maybe exercise is good or balanced diet is good. And then you back it up with commensurate examples. Those are the things that will fetch you scores, okay? And remember, before I forget, one thing we need to know about the PTE Write essay is our words, our sentences, our sentences should be more of a complex compound sentence, not just simple sentences. The essay should comprise of a mixture of complex compound sentences, not just simple sentences. Those are the things that will give you high chances of getting good scores, and your essay should add up. What you're saying in the introduction should not be totally different from what you're saying in the body paragraphs or in the conclusion. They should make sense. They should go from point to point, making sense. Those are the things that will give you marks. That looked at as written discourse, and they will give you marks. Then, basically, this is an essay structure where we have the introduction, where we'll have the body paragraph 1, and we'll have the body paragraph 2, and then we'll also have the conclusion. Now, in the body part, this is the basic essay structure. So the introduction comes first. That's where you're just talking about the general topic. What is it that they are saying about the general topic? This is where you try to explain or give a little background knowledge about the general topic or about the topic of discussion. Then we'll have the body paragraph 1. In the body paragraph 1, you're giving your reasons and telling them why you have decided to write on this kind of essay, or why you have decided to be on this side, and you give examples to further buttress your point or to further drive home your points. Then the body paragraph 2 is also another point where you're giving another reason to support your opinion, and you also give commensurate examples. Then we'll have the conclusion. Now, in the conclusion, you also tell them why you have decided to conclude and give your opinion again. So I'm just going to be taking this introduction, body paragraph. I'm going to explain them from one point to the other. Now, sometimes some people will also have another body paragraph 3, which is not wrong. Okay, especially if you look at your essay and you know that even if you write your conclusion, it's not going to still take you up to 200 word counts. Then you can decide to have another paragraph where you can just have 2 or 3 lines, have 2 or 3 lines where you can just say a few more things about the topic sentence or about the topic in discussion, so you can get at least 200 marks, 200 scores, word count. Remember, if you do not have up to 200 word count, remember you're going to be penalized, you're going to lose scores or you're going to lose marks, which is not the aim. You just have 15 marks for this task. So you have to try everything in your power as much as possible to get all the scores out from this task. So I'm just going to go on and talk about the different structures and further explain it so that you understand. Okay, so the first one we're going to be looking at is the introduction. Okay, guys, so the essay structure, I'm going to take time to explain it to you so that you understand it. Okay, so this is the introduction, which is the first part of the essay that anyone can see. It's the first part of the essay, and it should contain a general overview of the topic, like a general background of the topic. This is where you explain to anybody that wants to know what is important, what the essay is about. I mean, if I'm meeting you for the first time, I cannot just start saying random things. There will be some sort of introduction, something like, hi, my name is Juliet, and all that. So the same thing goes here in introduction. If they ask you to write about, let's say, global warming, make sure that you say things about global warming, what you understand by global warming, like a general background, a general overview. and how global warming has come to stay and what is really causing the increase in global warming. These are the basic things that you need to say. That doesn't mean that you use 10 paragraphs to write about global warming, no, or you have to write 10 sentences to, as a way of introducing global warming. You don't need all that. It's just about 2 to 3 lines of introduction, maybe like 50 to 70 words. Remember, you have 20 minutes. So let's say you use 5 minutes to do your introduction. But I think the basic thing you need to do first is to, basic thing you need to do first in this introduction, before you start writing the essay, or before you even get into the introduction, is for you to sit down and think. Because it's not like you cannot write this essay. The essay is actually straightforward. Most of the topics they give are actually straightforward. All you need to sit down and do is just to sit down and take down points. Okay, if I want to argue on this side, what points do I have to support my essay, and what examples can I use to further explain my points? Or if I decide to go to this other side and talk about this side, what other points do I need to use? These are the things that you talk about, which is also very important. Now, and after you state the general background, another thing you can do if you don't know so much about the topic is for you to rewrite the topic, or you paraphrase it. For instance, if they say balanced meals are very important for fitness and all that, you can decide to paraphrase it like meals that contain all the essential food nutrients can benefit the body by providing the body with all they need. Things like that. All you need to do is just rewrite the first sentence or the topic sentence in your own way or in your own understanding. That way you have paraphrased the topic sentence. Like I said in my slide there, sometimes you can also rewrite or paraphrase the topic, especially when you do not have full knowledge of the topic. When you do not have full knowledge of the topic, don't start trying to say things that don't make sense or things that don't add up. Just try to rewrite it in your own words and just give it back to them, but in your own words, Then you state the side of the essay you will take sides with, or you will take in the course of your writing. What I simply mean there is state your own side of the essay in the introduction. So this is how the introduction is going to be. Either you're paraphrasing the topic sentence, okay, and just saying things about it, and then you stating your own side of the sentence, as in what you're going to be saying. Remember, I said in this PTE, majorly, what they ask of you mostly, the kind of essay that you see in the PTE Write essay is basically argumentative essay. Don't mind me, I'm not shouting today. It's majorly argumentative essay. You also see some opinion essays. So it's in this introduction, which is the first paragraph, this is where you state your points. That is your opinion. Why you want to, what you're going to be talking about. I mean, you're going to state it so clearly here for the computer to notice it. I hope it makes sense. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'll be talking about, I'm going to be showing you an example. So the essay, for the PT essay, you have just 20 minutes to plan, write and revise an essay about a topic. They'll give you a topic and they'll ask you to write it in 20 minutes. They even ask you to plan. I mean, even Pearson is asking you to plan because they know that it's not something you can just delve into. You would have to take your time to understand it, then before you can develop something. Remember, you have to have coherence. Coherence is part of the thing they're looking out for, even written discourse, how well you're able to flow from one point of the essay to the other. Now, your response will be judged on how well you develop a position. Did you hear that? Organize your ideas, present supporting details. So it's not just you presenting, it's not just you developing a position or organizing your ideas. You would also have commensurate examples for you to support your essay. And you have to also control the elements of standard English language, whatever that means. Yeah, you should write between 200 to 300 words. Remember, I've been saying this, stressing over and over again. You get 2 marks for sticking to the word form, which is 200 to 300. In fact, what I said, I made a mistake. I didn't put on that slide where from the scorecard, where you see the kind of box where you're supposed to type in your response. And while you type in, you would see the word count. The word count begins to read. So when you write, this essay will support, this is one word. Essay is another word, will is another word, support is another. We've written 4 words. So that's what the word count is like in the Pearson test of English writing. So you have to write like that till you get to 200 or 300 words. which is not something difficult. Now, I said if you can develop between 50 to 70 words in the introduction. Let's say you have like 50 word count in the introduction. It means you have about 150 to get from the body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and even the conclusion, which is possible, right? Okay, so let's look at an example here. A healthy diet is more important for keeping fit than exercise. So the question is, to what extent do you agree with these statements? To what extent? So they're asking your opinion, like this kind of a discussion essay. They're asking you, what is your opinion? What is your take? Do you think a healthy meal is more important for keeping fit than exercise? That's a simple question. So here now is either you're going to rewrite this topic sentence or paraphrase it, or begin to tell them what you know about healthy meal and why you think it's important. So what you're going to basically have here is what a healthy meal is, or what a healthy diet is. And maybe you can also define what exercise is if you like, because that's what I'm also going to do. Then you also state your opinion, what you believe. Do you agree with this statement or you don't agree? Remember, it's not whether you agree or not, it's your ability to produce points or proofs to support whatever your stand is. That is when you get all the marks for this essay. Okay, so you need to think quickly what you're going to write. Yes, if you're going to be writing the essay from your head, I mean, you need to think quickly what you're going to write, to what extent you would agree with the statement. Now, it doesn't matter if I fairly agree or I firmly agree or I partially agree. No, just is either you agree or disagree. Just go straight to the point, you know. So here, because this is, sorry, this could be like a mistake here. Let's say I'm taking this out. Okay, so a healthy diet is more important for keeping fit than exercise. To what extent do you agree with this statement? So I brought back the question here, so you can see me paraphrasing it here. So I said here, balanced meals contain different classes of food in the right proportion, which helps the body maintain a healthy weight and look fit, while exercise will improve overall health and wellness. So you can see here, I just gave a little overview of what balanced meal is. So I kind of paraphrased. I didn't use their word for word. They said healthy diet. Why I said balanced meals. I hope this is going to help you. Now, by the time I finish explaining this, it's going to be quite a little lengthy video because it's actually worth it. By the time I finish explaining this essay to you, you'll be able to go back and write any essay. Yes, I mean it. You're going to go back and write any essay of your choice. So here they said healthy meal. Now look at what I did. I said balanced meal. So I'm rewriting what they have written, but in my own words, and it means the same thing. Healthy diet, balanced meals. Remember when we were in school, they told us balanced meals are healthy diets. I don't know if you recall, but me, I didn't forget that, okay? So balanced meals contain different classes of food in the right proportion. See that? Which helps the body maintain a healthy weight and look fit. So they said a healthy diet is more important for keeping fit than exercise. And I say balanced meal. I gave a little definition, a little background of what balanced meal is and or what balanced meals are. And I gave like little things that they can do. They can help maintain a healthy weight and look fit. Then I also said why exercise will improve overall health and wellness. Then this brings me to my own opinion. Here is it. This essay will discuss why eating balanced meal alone cannot help the body keep fit and why the body might need some level of exercise to maintain overall health. And some people will beg to differ that they wouldn't add this other part of it. But I'm adding this other part of it because it also better explains why I'm not agreeing totally with this, with what the essay is saying. So me, I said that this essay was called why eating balanced meal alone cannot help the body keep fit. So I'm not totally in agreement with the essay. Say, to what extent do you agree? So I'm saying no, balanced meal cannot do this job alone. It has to add a bit of exercise to it to maintain overall health. That was why I went ahead to explain what exercise is. So for you, you might decide to just talk about what balanced meal is generally, and just go ahead to say this essay will explain, you give your opinion, why balanced meal can keep you fit if you like, or you can say something like why balanced meal cannot keep you fit, that you might need to also add exercise. I mean, these things are not cast in stones. Remember, I always say use all those kind of words, because the truth is no matter how you decide to write this essay, as long as you have the valid points to support whatever you're saying, then you get the reason. I'm just giving you an overview of what you can do in exam day or before you go for your exam, how you can practice and how you can get something very reasonable, like 15 marks from the writing module. Okay. So I said balanced meal contains different classes of food in the right proportion, which helps the body maintain a healthy weight and look fit. Then I also said why exercise will improve overall health and wellness. Now, the reason why I brought in exercise here is because it was comparing balanced meals to exercise and saying something like balanced meal is more important for keeping fit than exercise. So I'm going to be talking about balanced meal as well as exercise, but I'm also going to show that a blend of the two of them is what someone needs for keeping fit, which may not be your opinion. Okay, like I said, your opinion doesn't matter, my opinion doesn't matter. What is important here is you and I's ability to explain our reasons and give commensurate examples. That is what is important here, okay? Okay, so that's the introduction, and I'm going to be showing you something. In introduction, I was able to get, I think, 50 words. Yeah, I was able to get 50 words for my introduction. If you take out 50 from 200, that is 150 left. That doesn't mean you must write 200 words on the dot, like I'm going to show you the total number of word counts I have at the end of this essay, because I had to go back to my Word document to check it. As I'm writing it, I'm pasting it on my Word document just to get the exact word count there is in the essay. Now, in the body paragraph one, you will need to state the paraphrase topic sentence, then give your reason, then give an example to support your reason. So you can see that these things are in capital letter here. These things here are in capital letter because these are the things you need to do. These are the steps you need to follow for you to write this essay effectively. So I said you need to state the paraphrase topic sentence. So here you can see me say, to begin with. Sometimes you can use firstly, but I think recently the word they said it's not so good to use firstly. I mean, English speakers, that it's better to start the word with, or to begin with, to start with, to commence with, those kind of word than firstly. Balanced meals are known to consist of different food types that can help the body stay healthy. Did you see a paraphrase there? That's the paraphrase of the topic sentence. I say balanced meals are known to consist of different food types that can help the body stay healthy. However, eating balanced diets and not exercising any part of the body will make those body parts become flaccid. You see, I'm not just using simple words. Neither am I using very difficult to understand words. Flaccid is just a normal kind of word. When something is not firm, it's flaccid. So yeah, muscles become flaccid when they are not exercised, when they're not being put in use. This might lead to some health issues requiring more assistance for movement and other activities of daily living. I said, for example, supporting people in wheelchairs, you would notice that they do eat balanced diet, but because they are in a wheelchair, some of their body parts, like their hands, become flaccid and will require exercise recommended by their physician. So this is my example because, I've seen this happen before. People that are on wheelchairs, I'm sorry, not all of them, the ones that are involved in physical activities, of course, they can't have flaccid muscles, but those ones that things are being done for, you can see the physicians always recommending you to do some form of exercises for them. Okay, this is not just for people on wheelchairs. I mean, anybody that would not want to do exercise, but eats healthy meal, not even working, not even cleaning or anything, maybe cleaning around the house or just 5 minutes work, you find out that they won't be generally fit. Now, being fit and being healthy are two different things, which is not what I'm going to be talking about here today, but I'm just showing you how I was able to give commensurate example to further explain my point here. The reason why I think balanced meal is not enough to keep someone fit, that a bit of exercise would also help. And I gave an example here why that should be, okay? So the different food types that can help the body stay healthy. So you can see the way I started it. If you also paste this one, I think it's about another between 50 to 60 something word count. I can't remember exactly now, but I'm going to show you the total essay on a Word document. So you see how the number of words I have used or I was able to get from this essay. Now, look at it. Need to state the paraphrased topic sentence or the ones you have rewritten. So this is how I started it. This was what I rephrased, then give my reasons. This is my reason, and then I give an example to further buttress my reason. Okay, this was the reason. This might lead to some health issues requiring more assistance for movement and other activities of daily living. That's my reason for saying exercise alone is not enough. And this was the example I used. For example, supporting people in wheelchairs, you would notice that they do eat balanced diet. Yeah, I mean, I supported one person like that on a wheelchair. She eats, most of her meals are like, let's say 70% veggies, but we still need to do some, she used to use those dumbbells stuff to exercise her hands because she wasn't being so physically active. So the doctor asked us to do some form of exercise for her on our own, move her legs up and down so that, please, I'm not trying to, disclaimer, not anybody can have flaccid muscles when they're not using it, okay? So I'm not shading anyone on wheelchair. Of course, that's not the aim of this, but I'm just giving an example. Now, remember, we have looked at the introduction. We have also looked at the body paragraph 1. Now, this is the body paragraph 2. In the body paragraph 2 here, you can see that the essay structure here, we're going to paraphrase the topic sentence again, and we're going to give reason number 2 why we think meals alone, that balanced meals cannot keep someone's body fit, that this would be a bit of exercise. You see, why my essay is moving from one point to the other, making it very clear, allowing for clarity and all that, is because I'd already stated in the beginning, that's in the introduction, that this essay will explain this and this. I already said that this essay was going to explain that exercise is not, exercise alone is not going to help the body keep fit, that the body would also need some form of exercise, okay? So that is why my essay is easy to understand. And that is the same way I want you to write your essay, so that you go from point to point, it's clear, you get all the scores for written discourse. Okay, so when I look at your writing score, and I go down straight to your written discourse on the enabling skills, I don't think it's there anymore in the new PTE marking guide, because PTE has upgraded. But before now, prior to this time, if I look at your written discourse score, I should be able to say if you did your essay very well, because that score, you could get 90 there. Some people get as low as 15, some people get as low as 10, even 20. That shows that you didn't do your essay very well. That's why I catch people that didn't do their essay very well. Okay. So for this one now, so you're going to paraphrase the topic sentence again or rewrite it in your own words. Just very simple. You see, you don't have to. So I was teaching a student one time. She said that a friend of hers told her that in the essay she spoke a lot of grammar. She used a lot of big grammar, just to confuse the computer. And I laughed when she finished. I was like, well, good for her. I hope she passes, because the whole idea here is not you using very difficult words or very big words. The most important thing here for you to do in the PTE essay is to use a mixture of simple to complex to compound sentences. Okay, not just, you can see the words I'm using. I'm not just speaking like basic English, like what primary school, what a high school child or a grade 2 child can use. No, I'm adding a little bit of complex sentences just to make my word. So what is complex sentence? Is you adding 2 simple sentences together. It gives you a complex sentence, okay? Let it not be like I'm trying to confuse you in this class. So here, you can see what I'm beginning with here. So I'm paraphrasing topic sentence again, and I need you to look at it. It says, furthermore, eating food that contain all the appropriate food nutrients. That's the same way of talking about healthy meals or balanced diet. Okay, this is the same thing you can do no matter the topic they give to you. Your ability to rewrite it in your own words is very key. Your ability to rewrite these topics in your own word is really very important. So that is why I'm spending my time here trying to explain it to anybody that might want to try out this essay on their own. Wherever you are, you can do this on your own. So furthermore, now look at how I'm starting. The first one I said that it was to begin with, and I said you can use words like to commence with or firstly. Those speakers of English say firstly is not, it's outdated now. So you can use words like furthermore, to be in addition, you know, just for this second part, the body paragraph too. You can see I wrote down these ones in capital letters because I want you to understand what is expected of you in this paragraph. So paragraph, topic sentence, then give reason number 2. That's paraphrase the topic sentence, sorry. And then you give reason number 2, the reason why you think there should be a blend of both balanced meal and exercise to keep the body fit, you know. Then give reason number 2. I've already given reason number 1, that if it's only meals, the muscles will become flaccid. So a bit of exercise is going to help the muscles not to be flaccid, to make them to be firm. Then you're going to give reason number 2, which you will see here. And then I will also give an example to support my reason number 2. So the first thing here I'm going to say is, furthermore, look at that word I'm using there is a connective, is a good one. Furthermore, eating food that contain all the appropriate food nutrients can make the body maintain a healthy weight, but cannot overtly lift one's mood and improve sleep pattern, which are part of being fit. Did you see another reason why I think food alone cannot do it? So sometimes, no matter the kind of meal we eat, it's not enough. I mean, I find out that when I do, even if it's as little as taking a walk, 10 minutes walk, 15 minutes walk from my house, and I come back, I feel better. I have a lighter mood. I tune into a lighter mood. I switch into, that's the word. Thank you. I switch into a lighter mood. Yeah, because like it releases a hormone in my brain, and yeah, the happy hormone or the joy hormone in my brain when I take a little walk. So I feel better doing that, and I can sleep very well at night. I wouldn't have to be waking up or stay awake, you know. So this is what I said here. It improves sleep pattern and uplift moods. For example, going for walks after dinner improves moods and makes sleeping easy at night. And all these gears towards being fit. That's my grammar here. So this is another reason I'm giving here. Yeah, because only healthy meal, which is not bad, cannot overtly lift one's mood. Even if it lifts your mood, but to what extent? And can it really improve your sleep pattern? But add an exercise to it. Add exercise to it, even if it's just a little walk around the house or road walk, or maybe a bit of skipping. You find out that you are more fit, you feel better and all that, and it improves your moods and it makes sleeping easy at night. And I said all these just towards being fit. So you see here, I paraphrase the topic sentence. I gave reason, the reason number 2, to support my points, my opinion. Remember my opinion at the introduction part. Then I also give example to support my reason. Now, these things are really very important. These things are the things that you need to do for you to write. So I hope that this is going to help you know what to do. That is the aim of this long video. I'm not just sharing slides. I'm not just wasting my time here. This is just that in my class, I go in more in depth, but I'm still not far away from the in-depth I go in my classes, okay? I just want someone out there to benefit from this class. So even if you don't want to use a template, I mean, you can still sit down and write an essay in 20 minutes, a good essay on your own, and you're going to get a good mark, okay? So that is it for the introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and now let's go over to the conclusion. Now, this is the concluding part of this essay. Again, you have to paraphrase your topic sentence. Again, you have to paraphrase it again in your own words, and then you state your opinion again. So you see here, for all the paragraphs we have looked at today, we're able to paraphrase the topic sentence. There's need for you to paraphrase your topic sentence for all the paragraphs that you have, the 4 paragraphs you have in the essay. Then most importantly, in the introduction, you have to state your opinion so the essay doesn't look like, it doesn't know where you're going to, doesn't look like you have a direction. It's just like entering your car. I mean, just wake up in the morning, just rush into your car, turn on the ignition. Where are you going to? They ask you, where are you going to? Oh, nowhere. I don't know. I mean, that's what it looks like when you don't have an opinion in the introduction. I hope you understand. Yeah. So in the introduction, we have stating your opinion, and also in the conclusion, you also have to state your opinion. So I said here, in conclusion, now look at her, or to conclude, or overall. I mean, these are the words you can use to conclude your essay, okay? In conclusion, healthy meals are really important to help maintain one's body fitness. So this is me again, paraphrasing the topic sentence that talked about healthy diets. I'm here using healthy meals, healthy diets, healthy meals. They are the same thing. And I said here, they are really important to help maintain one's body fitness. In my opinion, however, see, I'm stating my opinion again. I can see me writing it clearly there. In my opinion, however, healthy meals alone will not help the body keep fit completely. There should be a blend of both healthy meals and exercise to achieve overall body fitness and well-being. Did you see that? I mean, this essay should give me all the marks I need. If essay were to give PTE Writing 90 marks, I mean, this essay is an award-winning essay because it contains everything. It has a mixture of both simple to complex to compound sentences. The punctuations are right. I'm starting with capital letters. My form is right. I mean, everything is right in this essay. Okay, so that is what I expect you to do. You can see how we moved from the introduction to the body paragraph 1, we moved from body paragraph 1 to 2, and then to the conclusion. In the conclusion, you paraphrase the topic sentence and you state your opinion again. And the way you begin your essay really matters. You can see me, how I started, I introduced my essay, then I went to the body paragraph 1. You heard me talk about to begin with. I went to body paragraph 2. I said something like furthermore, and I said you can use words like in addition, or sequel to what I have, sequel to paragraph 1, I mean, what I have written before. I mean, these are ways you can start your essay. And here in conclusion, you can say, or to conclude, or you can say words like overall, you know, these are ways you can start your essay. It makes it look not simple. It makes it look a bit of complex. It makes it look a bit of compound, like you're using a blend of sentences to achieve the overall goal. So I'm going to be showing you how many words I was able to use in all for this essay. Okay, so it's here, the Word document for this essay. So this is it. This is 200 words. Not like I waited for it to be oh, sorry, not this one. So I'm just going to show you that here. Okay, I showed you the wrong one, sorry. Oh, still not that one. Share screen. Okay, finally got the one. Okay, so this is it. This is 271 word count. Sorry, guys. I showed you the wrong slide because so many documents are opened on my system here, but this is it. So at the end of the day, I have 271 word count. Sorry for this bullet point. We don't use bullet points in the exam, but I didn't take it off. So this is it. This is the whole essay. Balanced meals contain different classes of food in the right proportion, just as you saw it on those slides in the PowerPoint. That is the same thing. I just copied it from there and I pasted it here. I wrote it on the PowerPoint. I didn't write it in Word document. I just copied it from the PowerPoint and I pasted it on the Word document so that you can see exactly the number of words. So you will say, Julie, I didn't show us the number of words. You just told us by word of mouth. Here, you can see it here, where my cursor is 271 word count. So my form is complete. My content, which gives me 3 marks, is also complete. My content was on balanced meal and exercise. That was exactly what I talked about, you know, using a mixture of simple to complex to compound sentences, which is what is required of me. Okay. And yeah, my punctuations are correct. And what else? My form, my grammar, yeah, hopefully I have used the right grammar. I'm not a contemporary English teacher, but yeah, so hopefully I use the right grammar. My spellings are really top notch. You can see this is Word document, so you should have underlined it if I didn't use the right spellings, okay? So my spellings are correct. My vocabulary is also good. I use words. You can see me using balanced meals are known to consist of different food types. So my vocabulary, I made sure I stuck to vocabularies that are regular or are frequent with food and exercises, you know. I didn't go to get things that were outside of this topic. So my vocabulary, so I'm going to be getting 2 marks of vocabulary, 2 marks for spelling, 2 marks for forms, 3 marks for content. Then look at my written discourse. I'm flowing from one point to the other. making sure that they are flowing, just rhyming, no mistakes. So I'm going to be getting 2 marks for my, also going to be getting 2 marks for my this written discourse, and even for my linguistic, So this is a very comprehensive essay. This is why I said at the end of this essay, I know someone will be like, oh, I'm going to ditch templates and just sit down and write an essay. The only thing templates help you do, they just help you to be faster. But that doesn't mean if you really know what to do, that you can't achieve all your scores for the essay. I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the slide and let's just continue from there, okay? So just bear with me. PTE Writing essay. Okay, guys, so that was how I explained. Okay, guys, so I've explained that essay structure to you, which anybody can just have a grasp of or have a grasp of and just run off with it and try out your hands on some essays, and I'm sure you're going to pass. Okay, so these are the points to note when writing your essay in the PTE. Write in academic English, and I had talked about this in one of the first videos I did on PTE writing. So here I'm still going to just reiterate it for people that don't want to go back and watch that video, but they want to stick to this one, which is still okay. But if you can watch all my videos, you can still pass your PTE. So write in academic English. Make sure you don't write, you don't use slangs. Make sure you don't write in maybe your local language. Yeah, so like here in Australia, they have a way of shortening so many things. Say they call afternoon avo. Yeah, they call sausage snacks. I mean, I had to start learning some things very fast when I got here because, I mean, they said if you're in Rome, behave like the Romans. So not like like I'll forget how I was raised. But then, come on, these are words that we use. See them writing avo. I mean, in like a mail, an email, and you're wondering, oh my God, why are you writing avo? What's avo? So I had to start asking questions and had to start using my Google just to find out. So you don't need all those things in your PTE essay. In my country, there are a lot of slangs that we can use, like japa. So you don't need to use all those kind of things. I mean, straightforward, English language, English. Remember, it's an English exam. That is the first thing that you should remember when writing your academic essay, your PTE essay. It's an English exam. So it means everything you have to speak would have to be in English. Your examples have to add up and all that. Even if you can't remember the name in your country, try to think of another name in clear English, okay? So the next thing is, do not use bullet points. Rather, write in clear paragraphs. If you recall the Word document I showed, it was like there was a bullet point. That was why you heard me say, ignore the bullet points. I didn't take it off when I was just copying and pasting the points, the different structures on the Word document. So you do not need to use bullet points in your essay, because if you do, I mean, it's not going to make sense. You're going to be losing scores. So you have to, that is why you need to write in clear paragraphs. Some people say if you hit the enter button once, it will not be so clear, so they hit it twice. So whichever way you want to hit your enter button, I mean, after typing, you have to press enter. So if you want to press your enter button once, that's okay. If you still also want to press it twice, that's still okay. But ensure to write in clear paragraphs and not bullet points, and don't try to number them. Don't say number 1, introduction, number 2, body paragraph 1. Those things are not what you need to do, okay? So the next thing here is stick to the word count limits, 200 to 300. I cannot stop talking about this. I cannot, I mean, for most of those tasks in the Pearson test of English, and not just for essay writing, it have asked you to write between 50 to 70 word counts. You just have to stick to it, because if you don't stick to it, you'll be losing scores, okay? So try to stick to the word count of 200 to 300. And if you do that, you get all the scores for form. Remember, for obeying them, you get 2 points. So that the computer will automatically give you 2 points. So 15 minus 2. is 13. So there's no how you not get points from other things. So if I were you, I would try to stick to the word count. So while you write, remember to look at the bottom of your box, or to see the word count, and then you know when you have exceeded 300 or when you have written below 200, so that you can step up or increase your word count so that you can get the exact word count they need. Do not use the entire 20 minutes to write the essay. That's why they give you an instruction. Please, in the PTE exam, always read your instructions, because instructions will simplify your life. Read the instructions. For the PTE essay writing, they'll say 20 minutes. That's why you see them say something like plan. You have 20 minutes to plan, write, generate ideas and all that. Now that 20 minutes is not for you to just write and then the computer will now take you to the next task. No. You use 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, write in those number of minutes. Then the remaining minutes, what are you going to do? I know you're beautiful. It's not time to start checking if your teeth is clean, or, or if your makeup is still there. No. That's the time you use to go back to your essay. Check for grammar errors. Check for spelling errors. The spelling, did you make a mistake? Did you put A? We are supposed to put E. We are humans, and this is computer. Sometimes it happens to me sometimes when I send a text message and I go back later to look at what else, and I'm like, oh my God, look at so much typo error in this message. It happens, especially when I wake up early hours of the morning to send a message, So these are the things we have to check for. Remember, spellings, if you get your spellings correctly, you also get 2 marks. So why would you want to waste that 2 marks when it can help you get closer to your score? Remember, I always used to say 1 score can be a game changer in everything that you do. If you recall, I always say that, right? Yeah. So use 15 minutes, use 16 minutes, use 17 minutes. Don't use up the entire 20 minutes because Juliet said 20 minutes, PTE said 20 minutes. Therefore, I have to use up the 20 minutes. After all, his essay is hard. It's not hard. It's not the way I went about it. It was like I was even playing while writing that essay. And this brings me to something that I always tell my students. Don't say, essay is easy. Because it's easy, I will not plan for it. I will not even try out my hands on 2 or 3 or 5 of them before exam day. Come on, you have to try out your hands on them before exam day. Write an essay. Try out essays, not even an essay. Try out essays. Try out like 3 or 4 or 5. Do you know why? The more you try them out, the more you're able to generate ideas. It makes it, your brain has already been set. Look at, you're going to be doing something, this kind of task, going to be doing this kind of task. It makes it easy. It's like a walkover for you when you go into the real exam hall, begin to write. But just imagine you didn't practice any essay at all, and you go into the exam hall, and then you're already tense. Exam hall has a way of making people tense. Maybe there are too many people there, they are screaming at the top of their voice, and you wrote the exam in the evening where you're already very tired. I mean, you might not do so well in the essay writing because you're already tired and you didn't practice. The ideas might not be flowing so well for some people anyway, not everybody, okay? But I would want you to try out your hands on some of these essays before you go into the exam hall, okay? So those minutes you have, check your spellings, check for punctuations. Did you use the right punctuation? Punctuation, I mean, things like all these commas, semicolon, things like a full stop. Also check if you started your essay in capital letter, especially the introduction, the 2 body paragraphs and the conclusion, or it's still in small letters. Now, if you use up the entire 20 minutes, how are you able to check for these errors? You should go back and check. Make sure you don't use the 20 minutes, use 15 minutes, and then check what you have done with the remaining 5 minutes or the remaining 3 minutes as the case may be. Check if you've used the right vocabulary. Are they talking about farming and you're using fishing terms? Are they talking about earthquake and you're using using perfume terms? I mean, maybe archery terms. I mean, these are the things you look out for. Go back and check, because the PTE computer would not start you up in capital letters. Yes, that computer, I don't know how they do those computers. So, hey, at home here, when you start typing on your own computer, my computer automatically starts up a sentence with a capital letter, okay? Or if I make a mistake in my spelling, it underlines it for me. But in the PTE, it's not like that. So you won't even know when you're making a mistake. Now, in that essay I wrote, there was something I said about how healthy meals can help one's body weight. But now, see that once, because I was writing in PowerPoint, it didn't underline it. There's supposed to be an apostrophe S after ONE. But that PowerPoint didn't pick it up. But once I moved it to Word document, it picked it up and underlined it because it's my personal computer. But the PTE computer, the Pearson computer doesn't do it that way. So you have to go back and look at what you've done. Have you dotted your I's? Have you crossed your T's? Did you start up those paragraphs with capital letters? Because if you don't, then just know that you're not going to have all the scores that you need. You're going to be losing scores. Because if it's a sentence, it must begin with capital letters. Those are the rules, the grammar, those are grammar rules, the basic grammar rules you need to know. Then check your vocabulary, check your essay. Is your essay making sense? Are you moving from one point to the other, or you're just, or your essay is just going this way? Those are the things that you need to check out for, okay? Then another thing, do not use abbreviations. Maybe you want to say something like, I would like to talk about this essay. Instead of to write I and space WOULD, you now write I apostrophe D. Or she's SHE''S. No, you can't do that to yourself, please, in case nobody taught you. This is, even when we were in school, I mean in high school, secondary school, they used to tell us when we want to write a formal letter, those kind of letter you send to maybe your boss or principals or all those kind of people when you're searching for a job. You don't use abbreviations. You have to write out everything in full. The same here. The same happens here in the PTE Write essay. You don't use contractions. They call those things contractions. Maybe this, I would, you write I apostrophe D. They call them contractions. You don't use them in the PTE exam. You write out words in full. The way that anyone looks at it will understand what you're talking about. So never use abbreviations in your Write essay. These are basic points I have raised here that I thought to share also with you in this video. It's a comprehensive video. Please don't take it lightly. Make sure you go through it. Make sure to try out your hands on some essays. Using this these tricks and tips I have shared here today, you'll be able to get a good point. And this brings me to the last slide I have here, which is the essay templates. Now, somebody came to my comment section one of these days when I talked about the reorder paragraph, and she said, oh, Juliet, you didn't share the reorder paragraph template. And I promised I was going to do it. Please, I know I haven't done it yet, but I did a video on speaking where I still use my reorder paragraph template, though I didn't paste it there. So that's why because my my thumbnail says I'm going to be talking about essay templates. So I have made sure I added a template here for people that will come to my conversation to say, but you said you were going to add templates, you didn't add it. So this is a template. Now, templates are not cast in stones. I have a video that also add to this one. I'm going to add it up in the description part of this video about PTE templates. I think you should see that video. PTE templates are not cast in stones. That means that even you can come up with a template for yourself. The only difference between my templates and your template, or difference between other tutors' templates and your own template, is those tutors like me and other people who have tested these templates in their exams and they work. Okay? But that doesn't mean that you cannot see that. That's why you saw what I did first of all was to teach you how to write a basic essay in the PTE exam, because this is what you need. Okay, you don't need the template. Of course, I'm not. That is why I'm sharing it. You can also use the template if you wish. But if you wish to just generate ideas by yourself, come on, you can. Templates are not cast in stones. They are made by human beings just like you. You can also try out your template, use a template, develop your templates if you practice with the Pearson mock, okay? Now, this is the template I have here. You can use it, it works. You can see me talk about my opinion here, the topic sentence, my opinion. You can see me say to begin with, you can see me say in addition, you can see me say in conclusion. So what my template is talking about is not different from the method I have used the method I shared earlier, the method of writing essay I shared earlier. So these are tips and strategies that you can use to write your PTE Write essay and get all the scores that you need. So you can have these templates. It's going to help you practice with it, or you just play my video from the beginning and see how I was able to paraphrase or rewrite my topic sentence and state my opinion, and how I move from one paragraph, from the introduction to the body paragraphs and to the conclusion. It's something you also can do. These things are not cast in stone. I hope this video helps someone out there, you might not have so much money to hire a tutor, or you can come back to this video and watch other of my videos. They're also going to help you ace your PTE. Remember, the essay gives you just 15 marks in the entire PTE writing. That means that summarizing test and the PTE essay are not the only tasks that can contribute scores to your PTE writing. PTE writing would really depend on PTE reading and on PTE listening to give you all the scores that you need to get plus 50, plus 65, or plus 79. So I wish you well as you use this template or as you try to practice out essays using the tactics I have taught you today. Okay, guys, so this is it about the PTE Write essay. Remember, I said it's the second task in your PTE writing, but this task is going to only contribute 15 marks to your essay if you're given 1, but if you're given 2, it's going to contribute 30 marks. However, I heard someone say that it's going to contribute just 15 marks. Even if you're given 2 essays, they just mark only 1, but nobody knows the one they're going to be marking. So if I were you, I'll take both essays seriously where I'm giving 2 essays. Okay, so this essay is going to help you the way I have broken it down. In case you want to write it on your own, it's very easy. If you follow what I have taught today, it's very easy for you to plan and write an essay. However, even if you don't want to plan and write an essay on your own, you can also use the template. I mean, you can go back to the video, play it over and over and over again. The template is all yours, and then you can know how to use it before your exam day. Remember, I'm on Instagram at English_prep class. Have you followed me yet? Please find me there. I've got lovely things, lovely contents that can help you. And I'm also on Facebook at English Prep Class. I want you to follow me. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you subscribe to this my YouTube channel as a way of supporting me. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.